Good morning, everybody. So it is another hot scorcher here in the city of Toronto, and it is morning time. So I am going to make us some healthy yogurt power bowls with lots of wonderful local stone fruit. But what I want to do for you today is I want to do it outside, and I want to just show how easy it is to kind of get that nice restaurant Instagram look on the plating. So I've got some really nice wide bowls here, and that's really going to kind of contrast it. You can use tall bowls as well, but you don't need to. So what you want to start doing is just mix that yogurt. Don't worry about any of the water on top. That's actually all just kind of like the whey water, but it just fold it all back in. Ooh la la, look at those beautiful little sausages on my feet there. So what you want to do, sorry about the filming there, what you want to do is just start layering it out really wide. So there's a lot of sun, you can't really see the yogurt going down because it's white on white, but you put it down, probably about 3 or 4 scoops, about half that container for 2 people, and you push it down and get it kind of really wide. One of the big things that you'll notice when you're doing restaurant style plating is just how much negative space that a lot of chefs will use, and that is just kind of that contrast of the nice white plate. And that's why I like using wide bowls. Next, you want to start going into the fruits and layering it with the colors. So first off, I'm starting to use some BC wild cherries. These BC wild cherries are just absolutely sweet. Perfect time of the year for them. We cut them in half, we pit them, but what you kind of want to do at this point is you don't have to worry about how they go. They don't have to be a certain amount of number going in a certain way. Just kind of drop them organically. If they fall on top, that's okay too. If they're upside down, that's okay too. But again, what you really want to do is just kind of spread them out, and you want that organic look to the plating. So once you feel like there's sufficient color on there, start going into these wonderful Niagara peaches. You'll notice that there's circles with the cherries. Now I've got a dice with those nice sweet Niagara peaches. And when you're thinking about the plating on all of this, and you're kind of, again, organically spreading it around, just think about not just texture, contrast, color, and all that, but also your cut style. So with these really soft red plums, what I've done is I've actually sliced them, again, to give it that different look. And I'm putting them around. I'm not going in clockwise or counterclockwise or fanning them to all look a certain way. Just, again, place them as if you've organically kind of dropped them in there. It's going to give it the best look and make it look really natural. So just plate them in there. Once you feel comfortable with the way it looks and the amount of right pieces that are in there, you can top it up if you notice that there's any missing color pieces or components around the plate. But again, we're just going to, you can kind of do this with any fruit, but again, you've had soft in there, you've got the sweet in there, you've got the kind of juicy in there from the fruit, and now we're going to go in there with a little bit of crunch. So this is just a little bit of, there's peanuts and coconut, dried raisins. You don't need to use this. We're going to mix it in with granola after this, and that's going to give it that textural crunch. You can just stick with granola, you can go seeds, which you'll see after. But again, on top, you want to put your crunchy component, and that way it doesn't get soggy from inside the yogurt. Especially on a warm day like this, it's going to absorb really quickly. But drop it around on top. Just make sure that it's enough that you're getting that kind of crunch, but you don't want to take away from all the other textures in there. Got this lovely, wonderful honey from Rosewood Estate Winery here. As you can see, I use it all the time, but it's just absolutely beautiful. So this is now going to introduce that kind of sweet, kind of wonderful, kind of, unexplainable honey taste that you get. That's going to kind of contrast that yogurt again and add a lot of sweetness. The sweetness has a lot, or the yogurt, sorry, has a lot of tang in it. But again, now we're going to kind of add a savory component, which you think to yourself, lime is extremely acidic and tart. But what I'm actually doing is I'm just grating with a microplane the zest. So the zest over it's going to give it this incredibly floral, fragrant taste that you don't think that it's going to do much because of the little amount that I put on there, but it actually elevates the dish so much. So this is a taste component. Again, we're going to add not just texturally something, but health-wise as well. So this is just a mixture of flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp hearts. The fun thing about these is they stay crunchy on top, but as some of them start to absorb inside of the yogurt, as you've seen with chia seeds, they're going to plump up and give you this really cool, like plumped, almost crispy plump texture. I'm adding basil leaves now, everyone's gonna go, the first thing that goes in your mind with something like this is mint, but really start to enjoy playing around with savory herbs that aren't just mint. I am going to add mint, of course, but basil with stone fruit, basil with watermelon, basil with strawberries, anything like that, basil goes so well with. So just again, play with those textures, play with those colors. You could use tarragon lightly, but I'm just gonna go to my little kind of herb box here. You can see there's some tarragon growing. I'm gonna grab a couple different styles of mint here and basil leaves, but pick around, find the small leaves. You'll notice that with small leaves, they tend to be sweeter. It's almost like the younger leaves, but as you start getting into the bigger basil and mint leaves, they start getting a lot more harsh. You'll want to use those in something that's going to accept it, but when you want something light and fresh, just pick the small leaves. So I'm just layering on a little bit of mint here. If the piece is too big, I'm going to just tear it all up. Again, just kind of place it around. They don't need to be sticking or poking out, but as you can see, this is my breakfast bowl, and absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, lots of sweetness, lots of color. Enjoy. If you like this video, again, guys, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and comment in the bottom. I always reply. Let me know what you think, and if you want to see anything else, put it in the comments below. Thanks again.